Hello and welcome to G-Faction. In today's video I have decided to show you guys some things for you to know in order to correctly invest in skills in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. These skills that I'm going to show you guys helped me a lot in the game. Now the experiences may differ from my gameplay and yours, but I can assure you that they will be a big help for you guys throughout the game. Because I only wanted to show you the skills that are essential and actually helpful. But enough of that, let's get started. Alright, the skill tree, as the game itself says sometimes in loading screen tips, is a little intimidating at the first sight, but it also encourages you to go on and invest in skills that you want but are not sure whether they are useful or not. Because you can always reset what you did in the skills section. So be bold and brave, and don't be afraid to try new things, because rest assured you won't mess those hard-earned skill points up. Now the skill tree in this game gets divided in three sections: Raven, which is the yellow one, Wolf, meaning the blue, and Bear, meaning the red color in the skill tree. Now the most important reason that made me to tell you this is that the skills can and will affect the gears that you are using. For example, I'm using the Raven clan set of armor, which obviously is accounted as Raven aligned gear. Now because of that, I will try to invest more in the Raven section of the skill tree. Because when I'm doing that, I can invest in skills that can benefit my set of armor. These skills are named Way of the Raven. There are many of these that I can invest in and get a lot of benefits from. And for that, my attack, stun, critical chance, block, armor, evasion, and weight will be significantly improved. Now let's say that you are not interested in a Raven aligned set of armor. No problem, the same option is provided for each of sets of armor in this game. For example, if you want to use the set of armor which is Bear aligned, you can easily invest in the skills that are named the Way of the Bear, which will give you the same benefits that I have gained from the Way of the Raven. Okay, now let's talk about the adrenaline points upgrades. From the start of the game, you have one adrenaline slot above your health bar, but you can increase this number to 4. Each of the skill tree sections has one skill named Adrenaline Upgrade, which will give you an additional adrenaline slot. Now you can use these to perform your abilities that you can find along the story and while exploring the open world. So go ahead and buy these as soon as you can, because using a good set of abilities in a fight will give you a big advantage over your enemies. But you can also use an adrenaline point for something other than performing your abilities. You can also invest in the skill named Adrenaline Fiend. This skill will give you damage and attack speed boosts when you have one adrenaline slot filled. Now let's do a little help to this skill by investing in another one named Fight Ready. By investing in this, if you don't have any adrenaline slots filled, this will automatically fill it for you when you are starting a battle, giving you a big advantage. Now enough about adrenaline points, let's talk about Assassination. Remember back in the good old days when you only needed to strike an enemy with your hidden blade once and they would just die, no matter how strong or big they were? Remember how good it was? Well, in the last 3 Assassin's Creed games, this wasn't the case. If you want to assassinate your enemies, the best you can do is to get them into a near-death situation. That would kind of ruin the whole stealth of an assassin, would it not? Well, if you are sick and tired of this whole enemies not dying with a single strike thing, go on and buy the skill named Advanced Assassination. With this and a little timing, you can kill any enemy with one single hidden blade strike. Now, that is satisfaction. Alright, now to mix this up with another skill and taking this to a whole nother level, buy the skill named Chain Assassination. With these two skills together, you can perform a double assassination like in the good old days, with a guarantee that both of the enemies will die. Feels good, doesn't it? But let's talk about this guaranteed assassination before we get to the next part of the video. I was looking through the settings in this game when I came upon this option named Guaranteed Assassination, which is if you turn this on, you can assassinate everyone you want with one shot. Well, I've tried this and guess what? It didn't happen. It didn't work. It was exactly the same. I still had to time my assassinations using the Advanced Assassination skill to kill them with one shot. I even tried restarting the game to see if it works then, but it didn't work. If you have tried this option, let me know what your experience was in the comment section down below. But enough of this, let's get to combat. Go ahead and buy the skill named Stomp. With this, you can, well, stomp on your enemies. In the combat of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you will see that enemies will often fall down on the ground, especially if you are using too much heavy attacks. The stomping on enemies when they fall will deal a lot of damage and is more often used than you might think. So go ahead and buy this because you won't regret it. Well, even if you do, you can always reset your skills. The next skill that you want is Brush with Death. With this unlocked, your enemies will go into a slow motion situation, but you are as fast as your normal speed. If you can dodge your enemies' attacks exactly before they land on you. Cool, right? This situation will last around 3 seconds, giving you enough time to land some ferocious attacks while they are in a slow-mo. So yeah, I would say it's a pretty cool and usable skill. Next is a sprint attack. Well, this one is easy. All you have to do is to sprint and attack. That's all it takes to perform this overpowered attack, and is actually available in many action RPG games. Just think about it. It looks cool, like in these movies when they run towards each other, they roar, and when they finally reach each other they jump in the air and use whatever weapon they have in their hands. They make some epic scenes just by doing this. But you can do this using this skill while you are having a lot of fun, making a lot of damage. And finally, the last one is called Grit. This is a pretty important skill which allows you to regain the red part of your health bar that you just lost while landing an attack. Now there are two simple rules about this. The first one is that you should only attack the one who has landed an attack on you and not anyone that you want. And the second one is that you have a limited amount of time to do this and regain some of your health back. This skill in particular is maybe the most important one so far, because it can help you save some rations for when you truly need it, making you a lot harder to kill. And that was it, guys. I hope that this video helped you about the skill tree in this game. If it has, make sure to like and please consider subscribing. If you have any questions or any suggestions about the skills that you think are important to be in this list, be sure to leave them in the comments section down below. For now, guys,